quite good.
Do you work? Or
No, it's school. Yeah. Oh, we are. Genius.
Don't you fodder.
Could be. Wow. Unless I become an international journalist, which isn't very likely.
We'll see what we can do. We'll put in a word with
Alan Horn.
Alan Horn, yeah. How much do you think there's a sort of a postcard sound with Joseph K and
7.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that's how much.
Sorry?
That's how much I think there's a postcard. I said 7.
Yeah. Just because I'm not anybody good at it.
Sorry, I'm not trying to tease you. I'm succeeding.
Yes, we're not being facetious, we're just being exceedingly flippant.
Right. Okay, Philip. What's your name again?
John.
John, what's your name?
Andrew.
Hello, John and Andrew.
Well, I think
What was the question? What was the question?
Whether you think there's a postcard sound developing.
8.
Developing.
Alright, developed.
Time to...
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
When we started off Postcard, Dave McCulloch remarked in his sounds piece at the time that Joseph K and orange juice represented two ends of something or other. And as time has gone on, originally, I'll tell you, in retrospect, when we look at a single like Radio Drill Time, Stephen and I have both come to the conclusion
That we burst out laughing.
that it is pretty close to lamb's vomit. And we came up with that description the other day, and we consider it very apt. What do you think of Drill Time, James, yourself?
Well, I think it's part of the manifesto. You have to understand, it's like 4 people setting out to make a joke group.
Joseph K.
A joke group parodying the Long Mac movement.
Oh yeah.
So that's how you've got to look at it, I think.
I never even knew that.
So they want you to look
I think Joseph K are high satire, but they do take themselves very seriously. One member in particular, Paul Hay.
That's what the drummers do. Yeah.
No, the drummer's a hairdresser.
Yeah, that's
Ronnie. Well, anyway.
What? Did you see them here?
What?
Not seen them. They came here.
Yeah,
The Nightingales.
Yeah.
Then, in my opinion, they
I think
redeemed
the
themselves somewhat with a single called Kinda Funny. But
Sorry for laughing's good.
I think Sorry for Laughing is quite good. But I think Kinda Funny and Sorry for Laughing are the two moments I enjoy most about Joseph K. But they're too arrogant, so I wouldn't like to be affiliated with them. And I asked the camera heading towards sort of
The damn postcards in there.
very sort of lush, middle of the road territory now, which I think there's a lot to be said for that. But I don't think we're like anyone else. I don't think we're like anyone else on the postcard label, so I don't think there's a postcard sound.
Who wrote all the things in that enemy booklet, which all went, it's all about Velvet Underground.
Alan Horn.
That's a bit over the top, isn't it?
It's a joke.
No, it wasn't over the top. Nothing that Alan does is over the top.
It is, in fact, over his bottom. Yeah, but it was only a joke. There are a lot of people took that very seriously.
Yeah, I've been taking it seriously, don't I? Like Joseph K.
What year were you 68 with Velvet Underground? Or was it 69?
No, Live 69.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Coincidentally, well, in fact, not coincidentally, because of course Alan knew it, Live 69 is my favourite album.
Yeah.
You've got that, haven't you?
No, I've got the Max's Candidacy.
So I like that one
spoiled it
too.
off me now. Something good.
That's quite a good album too. Good album, hear it if you can.
What are your favourite contemporary artists?
George McRae.
I've seen Lucky Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Al Green, but see,
Yeah?
I don't really listen to albums anymore. I only like the singles of George McRae, so it might be quite crap on album. And I only like Al Green singles. And I like, of the modern records, I like the records by the Chic Organisation.
Oh yeah.
And
Big fan.
who else? I like Vic Goddard and Subway Sect. He's the only punk rock group I really like. It's the only group in punk rock I like. What do you like, Steve?
Vic too. He really does things for me.
What about you, James?
Yeah, I liked one record this year called Bucks Fizz.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah. I haven't seen the routine
Most
yet.
infectious record for 5 years.
It's got a very good beat,
It's a bit cancerous.
but it's a bit twee.
A bit.
But a lot of things we're doing at the moment are kind of twee. Well, some people would say that, but really it's because everything else has become too sombre and mysterious.
Like,
Which brings us back to Joseph K.
Is it?
Oh no, they're not that sort. They're not like any of the bands on Full AD or anything like that.
No, but they like to be.
It's like
Ugh, I don't know. Joseph K are okay.
Joseph, okay.
Yes, they're okay. They're alright. They're not really my cup of tea.
Did you get come across Alex Ferguson?
Oh yeah.
Stephen dug him up.
dug him up at the disco and said, "Are you coming outside for a fight?" I just thought he might be a good guy to have. And when we met him, he seemed like a good laugh.
Did it work?
Huh?
Do you think it worked?
Yeah, it's good. He's enthusiastic.
But his contribution to the production was minimal, apart from backing vocals. He made up a whole load of backing vocals.
Who produced the others?
Ourselves.
Even Paul song.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think you're kicked with that, or are you?
Pardon?
Are you looking for a producer? Or are you going to try and do it all yourself?
No, we'll have to have a producer now to keep us under control. Because there's been a lot wrong with the past Orange Juice releases, I can tell you.
Who have you got in mind?
Well, I don't think we'll use any name producer, I don't know. We're just shopping around at the moment. Can't be really too specific.
Would
You'd have to look very closely at their qualifications first.
Jeff suggested Alex Chilton at Rothschild, and we were floating
Yeah,
with that
who is
idea
he?
for a while.
I've heard it. I've heard of him.
He was this sort of main man in Big Star, who were a sort of cult group in the 70s, but only with critics. And they're very, very sort of elitist and real sort of critics band. So that would just make us pure rocks rich tapestry material or something. Like it said in the NME. In fact, we wrote that teaser strip.
Did you?
Yes. We handed it into NME.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, that was true. We just went to visit Nico because she lived in a flat just round the corner from Rothschild. And I played her one of the Orange Juice songs to put it in a nutshell. And she seemed to be quite impressed by the song. And that's all that's happened so far.
Were you surprised about the rave reception that your singles got in the music press?
The whole reception varied.
Rave?
Or rave.
Yeah. Like the NME, actually.
No,
They don't really. Oh, well. Yeah, it's good.
we weren't really surprised. There's nothing comparable really to what we're doing melodically. It's not any other groups doing that. So we expected good reviews, but you could have criticised the production if you'd wanted. And the playing, the technique wasn't all there.
Is it true that you were called the New Sonics in 1977?
Yes.
Could you sort of give me a short rundown of your history? And stuff like that?
James, can you do that?
Okay.
They've got two, so. Yeah, well, tell you more, it works.
Makes me have to.
Well,
It's alright, you
the
picked it all up.
name New Sonic derives from a guitar called the Burns New Sonic,
Yeah.
which I played, and
Is there any more sweets?
the group consisted of quite a lot of people, and we all played together, and then we split up.
If we send you a brochure, it's got the full Orange Juice story and all about the new
that's good,
song.
yeah.
I wrote it down in the brochure,
Yeah.
and I I can't think of a better version.
Yeah. And well, just when did actual Orange Juice start as the present lineup? When did it?
1979. About February 79.
Yeah.
The New Sonics was just like really a very bad punk rock group with arty pretensions.
Were you in it?
Pardon?
You were all in it, were you?
Yes, us three were all in it, but
Yeah.
David wasn't.
Yeah.
David is the new boy, relatively speaking.
Well, he just joined when Orange Juice formed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did one of you do an interview with John Peel on that Scottish Week? Did one of you do an interview with John
Yes.
Peel? Was it you?
Yes.
Is that any good? I think I might have heard it, but I saw my Paul was all half asleep.
Was it that boring?
Well, no, I mean, I thought
It's
you
late at
covered-
night, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was just to promote the group.
Yeah. Good.
Nothing else really to say about the John Peel interview. It was quite good fun. It's quite nerve-wracking, quite a nerve-wracking experience.
I think he seems to be more nervous than the people he's interviewing because they sort of say a rude word or something like that.
Yes.
They sort of,
Unfortunately, I did say a rude word, namely shite.
Reading on. Once you've fulfilled your contractual obligations to Postcard, are you thinking of moving on?
Well, there's no contractual obligations to Postcard.
What about the album?
No, we're not contracted to do anything
You're not contracted?
with Postcard. There isn't any contract. Alan Collins is just a person who's roughly the same age as us, slightly older,
Yeah.
who's just our friend.
Album, yeah.
And in the beginning, it was more of a cooperative Postcard, and we all helped in the running of it.
Yeah.
But Alan has got the gift of the gab, and he's very, very articulate. So he tends to dominate any conversation, so it's just turned out to be Alan Collins' Postcard label. But then Alan seized the opportunity to become a power mad egotist.
how important is the size of the rough trade?
Well, it is important to get your records manufactured and distributed, and that's the deal that Postcard has with Rocktree.
Yeah.
It's not all that important to us. I wouldn't care what label we were on, as long as we can make good records. A minimum of fuss and bother without being exploited or manipulated into doing things in certain ways.
If you experienced that, oh, yeah.
Only very mild manipulation
Yeah.
on Alan's part, but Rough Trade wouldn't manipulate anyone.
This is Paul from Model Team. This is John and
Andrew. What's got name?
Magazine.
Oh, yeah.
James
Like
just said that you were
magazine.
the second best band in Britain behind
In
the
England.
Subway Sect.
In England.
Who just said that?
James. So you better live up to it.
Yeah, well, we're not
Oh,
feeling too
good
much.
question.
I can tell you.
I know.
We're going to keep it. You don't make the notice. We can book guitar leads.
Would you like to do a fairly major tour supporting a big band? Have you,
I would.
You
Did
would?
you do the underdog?
Yes.
Oh, you've done that, have you?
That was only a week.
Yeah. You would like to do some more like that?
Sorry?
You would like to do another one, a big one?
It's hard to say.
Would you do?
No. That's the end of that one.
One offs for evermore.
Sorry?
Just going to do one offs for evermore.
Yeah.
Drive down, play once, and go home again.
I would just like to negotiate for more money, become bigger, and have more status, because if we had made Metro Records and got them daytime radio play, we could demand more money, and then just play the big conurbations in Britain.
Would you like to have a hit record quite soon?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, everyone always says that. I mean, is it actually crucial? Do you think it would be a real landmark, or is it just something that would be nice to have?
It would be a real landmark in our development or something. I don't know.
Do you think you have a chance of getting a hit record on postcard?
Yes, you have a chance.
Rough Trade's got quite a big distribution.
Do you think you'll get
Sorry?
Do you think you'll get a hit record with Rough Trade's distribution?
Well, the Stiff Fingers album was a hit album,
Their album seems
wasn't it? And the Level Tears Apart was distributed by that.
No, that's odd.
Well, yeah, but in the beginning it was Rough Trade because I remember in John Mendes saying they had to go to Rough Trade to get it. So it's quite a big organisation, isn't it now?
Yeah.
It wasn't before, but it's now.
Apart from that, you have to have
Agent, that isn't it?
yeah, you have to have a sufficient quality single, a single of sufficient quality to get played by the daytime Radio 1 producers.
Quality in terms of sort of large production. Sort of.
Yeah, and singing in tune, a melodious song. No, like they won't play certain things. They won't play a record starting off with repeat echo, because they consider that to be gimmicky. So repeat echo at the very start of the record, because they consider that to be gimmicky. So there's all kinds of sort of limitations on what you actually choose to do. But I think the chart singles are quite good. You know, I like that. Because any of the other groups in Rough Trade, they're so left field and avant-garde, they won't really get played on daytime radio anyway, or because they're very bad and amateurish.
So how much of a sort of sacrifice would you make in to get a hit record in terms of making a real effort to sing a tune and things like that? Oh,
all the way. I always try my very best.
yeah.
I think it would be good to be manipulated by a producer for making to make a radio record. It's a good discipline.
Surely it's just important to have to be on a big label then, wasn't it?
Pardon?
Well, I mean, even if you made a very commercial record on postcards.
I think on a big label, the disadvantage of signing to a big label is the royalty rate is very, very low. Like the royalty rate you'd receive from the records, and you do tend to be manipulated, and you do have to commit yourself to a long-term contract. I think that's the disadvantage of signing to a major. But a lot of Rough Trade acts aren't thinking in terms of commercial singles and getting the singles and
like
played in Radio 1. They're just more interested in just I don't know, just the gesture of making a single for whatever reason they say, art or whatever. But I think, yeah, I've forgotten what I was going to say because there's so many things. We're not really interested in that. We're more interested in going for an out-and-out just commercial single, while still having, at the moment, to do what we want in Rough Trade, really.
Yeah.
And also we know one won't be exploited. We need to do certain things. And also I think it's very important to get an independent single as a token thing, you know, to show that it can be done. Because Graduate isn't an independent, it's linked with an agency which includes who manages Peter Pearl and Anne Nightingale.
Yeah.
The only people that have done it is New Order and Joy Division. And of course they had a big gimmick, you know, Ian Curtis dying.
Yeah.
So that sounds quite callous and mercenary, but it's true. That's how they got the single into the charts.
Well, yeah, but that probably would happen anyway. I mean, it was sort of, you know, there was a lot of interest in Joy Division even before we died.
And I don't think enough to get it into the charts.
Well, their album was in the charts before that, wasn't it?
Well, and then Pleasure.
First album.
It's easier to get an album in the charts than it is to get a single in the charts. People buy an album because it's got 10 songs on it. If you buy a single, it's got to have one good song, people would buy it.
So
That's an interesting theory.
therefore your album's going to be different from the singles in that it's longer and it's not doesn't have to be so commercial to make it appealing, sort of thing.
Not really. I tend to think of an album in terms of just a collection of singles.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't think of it like that.
No, but we do. I know a lot of people don't, but I think I'd like to make our album commercial. We will do sort of longer songs and say 2-minute singles, but they'll just be as commercial and just as melodic. Because we've done one single that's sort of left field or avant-garde or however you want to term it, and that was Breakfast Time. Done one track like that.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I'm prepared to go. Because I want to make music which is accessible to all different kinds of people and not just confine myself to an elite, you know, who are more interested in the style than the content. I'm just more interested in melody, and I think we all are. I think James is too.
How much of the lyrics a definite attempt at trying to say something, or just sort of bob along the rhythm? Because there have been a bit on the well, not say twee, but just a bit uncontentious, if you like. Well, I mean,
contentious.
Uncontentious. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to write something about Blair Picture or something, but they have been a bit going the other way.
No, I don't think so.
I don't agree with liberal principles, so like the whole liberal movement. So you don't want to jump onto that.
I think say Ian Collins' lyrics are completely worthless, and a lot of Joy Division's lyrics are worthless.
I wouldn't say worthless.
Well, I think they are, because I think
they don't do anybody any good at all.
I think it's very hard to...
I mean, things like that album really sort of moved me. I just sort of sat down and listened to it for an hour.
That's because you've been conditioned by the music.
Not really. I mean, when I bought that album, I mean, it was fairly soon after its release, and it wasn't a really big thing, but like Insight, the track Insight.
There's Joy Division?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and things like that, are they sort of...
Yeah, I can
find it quite
understand.
affecting, really.
I understand that Joy Division's music is quite emotive, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't really move me, because I'm not moved by these things. And I think to a large extent it is conditioning by people in the rock press. I'm not saying that Ian Curtis was affected or anything like that. I'm just not moved by these things, and I think to reach a wider amount of people you have to talk about things like personal relationships, you know, because then you get far more cross-section, like far bigger cross-section of people, rather than confine yourself to, like, they're very, very abstract. Very obtuse, these kind of lyrics. I think, and it's really conceited to say, but I find the Orange Juice lyrics far more moving than any of the more sort of austere groups. Well, Joy Division.
Because like with Joy Division, would you get a line which would stick in your mind and you'd sing it over and over again?
Yeah.
Well, like it.
Well, like on Insight it goes, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore.
Yes, but you could say that. You could say that in the conversation. It's not
Joy Division.
You can say I'm not afraid anymore in the conversation. It's not very original.
He's trying to show that things in Orange just to make it worthwhile or something. It's not just twee at all.
The lyrics aren't really flippant, but what he's saying is the lyrics are I don't know, quite superficial compared to some groups, you know. And I just made a guess that one of the groups would be Joy Division or something like that. People are always quoting their lyrics or whatever, and they're meant to be very profound. Well,
it's not a question of being profound, it's just...
When you're saying I'm not afraid anymore, you're just relating it to the tragedy of his death, aren't you?
No, well, we sort of met him, we talked to him before, you know. We was about half an hour talking to him. We thought it was really nice to
crying.
Do you think?
No, he's not like that.
Do you think
what happened to him then?
Well, you hear the story, because he split up with his wife.
And so
well, yeah, he
split up straight away.
Well, yeah, I don't know the full details, but
We won't talk about Joy Division anyway.
no, I didn't think of that. Right.
Well, see, it's just different. I don't know.
I mean, have you ever?
I think some of the Motown lyrics are very moving. The Motown.
What soul stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, but in a different way, isn't it?
Well, I think it's really the same way as an orange juice. So I think you should state everything very, very simply. You know, so you can get your meaning across. And I don't really like sort of abstract, obtuse things. Because I don't really like the syndrome of saying, well, look, my lyrics are quite abstract, and I enjoy the way lots of different people can get different things out of them, and it's open to everyone else's interpretation. I don't like that kind of way of thinking. I'd rather everyone could get the same feeling from a song.
But they are quite simple. I mean, they are about fairly obvious things, aren't they? I mean, things like lovesick is about being lovesick, full stop, isn't it?
No, not really.
Did you get that Christmas?
Not yet.
Mark, did you get the
We'll get it ready in about 5 minutes.
You always stay based in Glasgow.
Pardon?
You always stay based in Glasgow. You said you'd be willing to do anything. Yeah, I just does that include moving?
No, we'll just stay in Glasgow.
Do you want me to give you a reason?
No, right. Well, we'll send you the brochure and you can see the lyrics written down.
Yeah,
You can
thanks
see what
a lot.
you think for yourself.
Yeah.
Really? Like, I think the Beatles, their lyrics were really great. And a lot of people would think their lyrics were superficial.
But right.
Smiling on it. Is that from the Bunnyman last
What's your stage show like? Do you sort of jump around or just sort of stay standing still?
You can wait and see.
I
So
can't.
we do different things in different nights.
It's never the same. Just depends what
Depends
the
on the audience.
just depends on the lot of
Mostly on how we feel, I think.
really stuck in there.
What sort of audience do you tend to attract? Do you sort of get the sort
In Glasgow,
of long, do you get the sort of long Maxwell George Mission types who sort of come to the enemy like
no, well, we really get sort of right across the board audience. When we played in Glasgow, we had sort of young teenage girls and middle-aged couples, hardcore punks, all different kinds of people come to see us, which I really enjoy.
But I mean, the only people in Oxford who will have heard of you are probably people who listen to John Peel or read Enemy, things like that. Because that's about the only places you get of exposure.
Yeah.
Or you haven't even played on, you know, on daytime Radio 1 or Total Fox. Have you really?
Yeah, Good Old Soul was played 3 times on Peter Paul.
Yeah.
It's played on Round Table. It's been played on Mike Reid before. It's really important to us to get daytime radio exposure. Like, see, we're not really a progressive group. Well, I don't think we are.
but you are progressing.
Well, we're progressing in quality, I hope, and technically.
Yeah.
But we're not trying to further popular music. We're not trying to further, not popular music, do you know that kind of mid-70s attitude where you got progressive albums and racks and books? Well, that's the sort of antithesis of what I want to do in music. Because that's so elitist and cliquey. It's sort of musical one-upmanship. It's just snobbish. It's not that we're sort of being converted snobs or anything. It's just so limiting that I just want to, like I said before, reach a very wide audience and a cross-section of different people. So I don't really mind who comes to see it.
So you are going to consider major companies as they approach you.
Well, they've already approached us.
Yeah.
We've been approached by lots of major companies, but I don't think anything so far have come up with a very good deal.
Yeah. But you could stick out for a deal that you want, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And you might get it.
Well, there's lots of pros and cons about major record companies. To really be in the charts, it's far more complicated than somebody might imagine, because it involves getting the record. First of all, you've got to come up with a quality production.
Yeah.
Then you've got to get a plugger onto the record, and it's his job to constantly pester the daytime DJs and producers to get them to play the record. You might have 6 pluggers on one single. You know, it's not unknown for that to happen. Just
what they actually do?
Constantly pestering the producers and the daytime DJs. And often to break an act, in fact, when we're speaking to AMI, they admitted it to doing this with all their acts. They hype the record into the charts. I mean,
they actually said that.
Yeah.
Oh, great, I that was that's what that was fun.
It's well known within the music
Yeah, it's
business
obviously, yeah.
that everybody hypes the singles into
surprised
the
they
charts.
admitted it.
It's pretty obvious anyway.
Yeah.
It's a shopping off generally knows the chart too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get all the sort of singles free, so they can sell on themselves.
Yeah.
Boost up the chart.
Yeah. All
They
the
get
major
all the limited editions to the shops.
Yeah.
the chart return
Yeah,
shops aren't
not
a
everything
secret.
you keep.
No, the majors know every chart return shop in the country. That's part of being
Now
a
this is
record
the later,
company.
when you buy a record on this time,
Yeah.
counting and noted down.
So I'm not against typing or anything like that, you know.
Well, but it's obviously dishonest, isn't it? It just boils down to how much money they can spend on hyping it rather than how good the act is.
Well, hypothetically, right, if you were wanting to compete with a major record company, right,
Yeah.
and you started up a record company specifically for having chart singles,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to do this or not, and I don't want to talk about the ethics and morals of it. To compete with the major record company, you'd have to employ your hypers and pluggers too.
Yeah.
See, like if you're thinking in terms of the charts, whereas if you're confining yourself to a more sort of left field audience or whatever, or an album audience, you don't need to employ these sort of techniques.
In other words, you're trying to make sure you don't get put in a bracket and stick there.
Sort of. I don't know. I think it's very interesting to find out about all these things. Some might say corrupt goings on that people in the music business get up to. I just find it very interesting because originally we were very naive. We thought the singles would stand or fall on the quality of the song and the production, but it doesn't at all. If you're in the business to have chart singles, you've got to know about pluggers for a start. Everyone has pluggers, lighting and things like that. You've just got to make yourself familiar with their tactics.
So you are really in quite a difficult position being on such a small label.
Yes. I don't know.
Don't think so.
I think
Just with Chris.
I think I've decided. Well, I don't know about the rest of the group, but at the moment, I've not gone round enough major record companies to see what they're offering. But I think it's a better bet for us to stay independent.
In Reading.
Yeah.
Do you think it's impossible to get a hit single on Postcard?
No. No. I mean, we could get a hit single tomorrow with Poor Old Soul.
Even though it's only being distributed by local trade?
Yeah. What we do, you can employ hypers if you want. Employ pluggers. I mean, we could go to a major record company and they can guarantee us a hit single.
Yeah.
We got so far with Poor Old Soul, and then I suppose it was all we could do, you know.
It got to number 80 in the national charts.
Did it?
26 in the New Musical Express charts.
Yeah.
That was nationally. That's because they had chart return shops with an independent bias.
Yeah, that's right.
See, what we did was we sold 9,000 singles in a week.
Really?
A lot of major record companies sell 5,000 singles and their record singles in the top 10. So a chart, the national charts isn't really a representation of sales. It's more a representation of sales than chart return shops.
Yeah. But I mean, there's all things that get linked with it, like having a smart image and things like that. If you want to have a hit record, or having an image rather than just, rather than having. It's okay if you've got a long coat image or if you've got a boiler suit image. You have to have some sort of image. So we're talking this all women band from Oxford, and then they're saying that their main problem is they're real feminists basically, and their biggest problem is that they haven't got an image at all.
But they don't want one.
Yeah, but you see, but
all the record companies when they go to them, they say you've all got to wear. You've all got to wear the same sort of clothes and like that.
They're connected with the Bell Stars, you know.
Yeah.
Their drummer, the Bell Stars drummer used to be with them before she moved to Body Snatchers and things like that.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
The Mistakes. You've heard them?
I think so.
Yeah. It's a really nice thing. But they're even more difficult because they're women, you see. They're stuck in a sort of feminist cow sort of rut, you know.
There's nothing the major record companies like better than an all-girl band, mind you.
Well, they wouldn't like this one because they wear sort of. They're real feminists. They'd never, wear bikinis and like that. They said that happens to them, There's a real problem with that.
Political as well.
Yeah, extremely well, yeah. Yeah. It's a shame
Well, they've just got to get their priorities right, whether or not they want to just continue sort of culture feminist band or whether they want to
because that's really what you are at the moment, isn't it?
go into charts.
Cultish band.
Yeah. That's not by their own design, a lot of it.
No, sure.
Let's see. One.
That is a problem.
One. Let's see.
Some bands Teardrop Explodes, and they're a cult band.
One, two.
Yeah.
Years.
Let's see.
Well, so far we haven't made
Let's see.
from a cult band to a sort of major group, but they've done that by signing to the major group.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, and Teardrop Explodes too.
Let's see.
It'd be interesting to see how the 12
Let's see.
It's what?
Let's see.
the charts.
Well, the sign so far.
Yeah, well, that's such a bargain, full tracks for quid sort of.
It's true.
Do you reckon there's quite a split
I
between...
think it's heavy metal.
It's not.
Like Crocodile is heavy metal.
That's just sort of doors-ish, really.
Let's see.
It's really difficult to talk about.
That's to justify it, but really it is heavy metal. I used to quite like the Bunnymen, but Crocodile is heavy metal.
It's not very heavy metal, it's just too...
I saw the Bunnymen whistle and it may as well have been Saxon. I saw the clip, so hard. They were a rock group. I didn't like them.
Do you think there's a fairly sharp division in between the post and upstate?
Alan's favourite. One of his favourite groups is the his favourite group is the Fire Engines. He loves them.
Yeah.
Really loves them. Bob is a very silly manager. He's just very silly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's lost his touch though.
He's very sooty and he's very arty and pretentious.
Yeah, it's just some of the fast stuff is great.
Yeah,
League, yeah.
He has lost his marbles. He's just a crazy guy. He's very bitter and contemptuous of us. When we played through in Edinburgh, he sent us all messages. Like he thought we were very wimpy.
Yeah.
So he wrote us a message and said, join Rugby Rejects and get killed.
It's quite a lot of pitchiness in Scotland.
It always comes up out as quite bitchy at times when we slag off the group. It's not intended to be so.
Well, you're talking about Joseph K, weren't you?
Yeah, we were being really bitchy there, but that's just because they're our friends.
Yeah, I gathered that.
But all the other Glasgow groups were resentful of us because, to a large extent, there was a real scene in Glasgow, and all the groups socialised together. All the groups socialised together. And we were the group that got the press initially. And they just saw this record falling apart.